Welcome back to Doc's Shop and Forge. So today I had thought to rivet the guidance or the little locking studs onto this, which is the selector arc for the Hearth Crane. However, what I realised was I don't have the appropriate sized rivet header for that size. So I'm going to be making one out of this link pin out of the big duplex roller chain that I've been breaking up. Along the way I'll be punching a 12mm hole in my bolster plate, fullering in the decorative elements in the backbone of the Hearth Crane and probably drawing out the bottom pin, which will allow me to use this spring swedge for making nice neat shoulders. And if there's time and energy, I'm going to start work on a slightly bigger anvil. So I've cut up some pieces of metal. This has been cut with an angle grinder, so you'll just have to bear with me. It's spring steel, I'm not cutting it by hand. And the spring itself weighs 50 some kilos. It's huge. So for this one, I'm going to fold this over. So I'll fuller in here, draw out a piece to make a nice scarf, fold it over, weld it on here, forge the top flat, and so I can draw out a little bit of a post. This I'll forge out to be a solid piece, which I'll try and keep to the 30mm, and so we'll end up with a face that's about 30mm, have a nice little scallop, and then a bick on the squared off end, which will be this surface here. So it'll have a face a little bit like a London pattern, and I could probably put a small hole for doing nails in one end, just because, you know, why not? So let's get the fire lit, let's get things hot, and we will start off with the rivet header and the bolster. Then we'll move on to the backbone, and if we've got time and energy left, we will move on to the anvil, which may end up being a next day job, but we'll see how we go. We also have a hot cut to fix up, and so we also have a hot cut to fix up. Somebody's been using it, I think, as a chisel. So I'm going to forge this part down again so it fits a hardy hole, because this size looks like it would fit the hardy on my antique anvil, so we'll forge that down. And we've got another anvil that we're working on. The bick's going to be way too long, so we'll have to trim some off. But you can kind of see the corners, how I drew them out to give a lock. I don't know if you can see that. So it kind of grips onto this. It's something I tried to reshoot, but yeah, it didn't quite work out that way. So, but we also need to finish that one. So there's a few projects on the go. We'll try and focus on this part and the tooling for it, and try and get other things done along the way as we go. So, like I said, let's get the fire going. So step one, we're going to just draw out the strike end a little bit. As with all things, drawing out, start off with a square. We've ended up on the diamond.
Right now we're just straightening it and tweaking it a little bit. So that's really all we need to do to this end. Alright, let's get the other end hot. No, you don't. So we've done a little bit of a piloting there so that the ball punch has something to seat into. And we'll be doing that. Let's see, how well does that fit? It's probably a bit dodge. Figure something else out. We might end up having to... Alright, let's straighten that out quickly. We'll have to grind that face a little bit because it's cupped. Let's tidy up this end so we get rid of those marks. And then we'll touch mark it, right about there, and she's done. Alright, the next job. So that's touch marked. We just need to leave that to cool off somewhere, and then she's right to go. So we'll do the majority of the drifting from the top, so we've got a nice wedge shape, so that if when we're working something that protrudes through, it's not going to get stuck, and we've got the option of punching it out. That's about right. Flip it over, make the back flat. And we'll have to drift it once more. That should be done. Happens, happens. Happens, it does. That's pretty good. Let's touch mark it and move on. That can be cooled off now. This one's going to be the hard part. And the hard part will be keeping this square. Excellent. Just about there. And smooth out those. And then we'll try and fit it in the hole and so there we go. Might have to tidy up the cutting edge a little bit. So we've got a good fit. Doesn't wobble too much. Fits both ways. Now, we just need to tidy up the edge a little bit because it's got a bit of wonkiness to it. It's wider in the middle than it should be. Alright, I think that's ready to let normalise. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, now for the leg, or the backbone of the Hearth Crane. So we have to fuller that down a little bit so we can start our 12mm tenon, which is the bottom pivot. And then once we've got these two fullered in, I'll start drawing out this. There'll be some excess, but that's just the way it is. Because that's where the top rail goes, at that punch mark there. Alright. Alright, let's check that. So we're looking for approximately 12. Yep, we're there. So now we can draw out the nub, octagon it, and then we get to use the swage. We'll run that down. Get that hot again. Alright, so now we're just going down to octagon it. Now, the beauty of this is we do actually have a swage, and we have a monkey tool for clearing up that shoulder as well. we're getting that shoulder up there.
Alright, so how far did we get? Well, we've got the hot cut back into a position where it can be used. Made the rivet header. Added the extra hole to the bolster plate. It's 12 at the top. Drew out a nice tang on that. Now it's still quite warm. However, when we started swaging this in, you can see that it's out of alignment. So I'm going to cut it off here because we do actually have probably about 5 centimeters too much. Draw out a new pin or tenon and then try that again. That'll be the next video when we hopefully get the backbone done. We'll have to move these pivot holes a little bit. Pity we punched them already, but anyway, we will figure out some way to hide them. Anyway, we didn't get any work done on the anvils, so we'll tackle those probably tomorrow when we have another crack at this one. Alright, so everything did not go to plan today, but that's how it works sometimes. I now have a Patreon. The link is down below. If you would like to make a donation to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. It allows me to do things like the soundproofing that you've seen, install better lights, and get better camera equipment. Any donation is just that, a donation. The content will always be free. So, if you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media. And if you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. And when you do, ring that notification bell. I try to upload on a fairly regular basis, but it doesn't always work out that way, so the notification bell is a handy little feature to let you know when I've uploaded something. So get out to your shop, have fun, do something different, do something that challenges yourself, but stay safe. and I'll catch you for the next one.